Hello, everybody. Welcome to Broadway Live. We're coming to you live from WeWork Hollywood. I'm Marcus Lovingood. We have a really great show for you tonight. We have a great guest, Mr. Doug Kreeger. We're so excited. He's been in such Broadway shows as Les Mis, right? We're so excited to have him. And we want you to join in the conversation as well. If you are on Twitter, our Twitter handle is @BroadwayLiveNow, and our hashtag is #BroadwayLive. Right, so I think it's time to bring out our guest, the one and only, Doug Kreeger. How are you, darling? Of course you hug me. Here you go. There you go.
I've got sound. How are you?
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for coming. Oh, my goodness.
It's my pleasure. Oh, my goodness. You say that a lot.
I do.
It's like your catchphrase.
Yes, it is, baby. So we did a little research, and I heard that you are from the islands of Hawaii.
I am. Can you see that? There it is.
What is that? Oh, are those the islands?
Those are the islands right
That's
there.
Amazing.
Do you like that?
Did you
I'm
know
from this one.
Which
This one right here, Oahu.
Amazing. What part of Oahu?
Kailua.
Kailua. Is that's on the east side?
That's on the windward side, so that's like the southeastern side, as it were. Have you been?
You know, I have been to Hawaii. Funny thing. My whole mother's family is from Hawaii.
Really?
From Hawaiian Island.
But are you actually Hawaiian?
I am not. I'm like. Can you guess? Can you guess?
Half. It's like quarter Filipino, quarter Puerto Rican, quarter African American, and a quarter Chinese.
Chinese.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Okay.
You got a few. We'll give away a shirt to anyone at home who can guess. Right. Joining the conversation at Broadway Live. Do you have any social links? Like what's your Twitter handle? Are you on Twitter?
I'm Kreeger Doug. Because Doug Kreeger was taken. Everything else is Doug Kreeger, so you can find me on Doug Kreeger, but Kreeger Doug.
@Kreeger Doug.
Yeah, that's Twitter.
No things.
No, just Kreeger Doug.
Sure.
I try to keep it simple.
And what's your hashtag?
Well, oh God, I don't know if I actually have like an official hashtag.
Nobody ever has a hashtag.
It depends on the day. It depends on
hashtag
Marcus Lovingood's couch. Hashtag
Oh.
Broadway Live thing.
Like what's your official one? So Shoshana Bean, her official hashtag was hash browns.
That's cute.
Megan Hilty's was ketchup, and yours is going to be first thing that comes to your head.
Mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise. All right. Hashtag mayonnaise. So if you want to ask Doug Kreeger anything, hashtag mayonnaise.
I don't know about that.
At Kreeger Doug. Well, we have some awesome questions for you today because we have a lot of wonderful people watching from home all across the U.S. here on Broadway Live.
Right on.
And you were on Broadway, which is freaking amazing.
It was.
It was. That must have been just an incredible experience. We're going to start with just musical theater. What made you decide to become a musical theater performer?
My mom, she loved the arts, and she was the one who exposed me to musical theater specifically. I saw Into the Woods when I was like 10 when we took a trip to New York City, and that blew my mind. But that wasn't really sort of the starting point. I think the starting point for me was like this one specific production of Evita that I saw in Honolulu at Community Theater, and I just remember like at the curtain call, the energy surging through my body as I was clapping, and I couldn't catch my breath. And I remember, leaning to my mom and saying, "How can I do that?" And so then I started auditioning for. The first thing I ever auditioned for was a local production of A Christmas Carol, and I sang "Happy Birthday" for my audition.
Oh my goodness!
And I had a feature where Ebenezer Scrooge kicked me, and I rolled.
You remember this?
I do. It was really, actually, because one guy tried to steal my feature one night, and I got really pissed.
Uh-oh. So you were like, this is not going to happen.
Well, he actually went out and he did the role, and I screamed at him afterwards.
Wow, that's incredible. And now look at you here. Well, so you have so many moments. That was really incredible. So Les Mis.
Yeah.
Les Miserables. It's like one of the most iconic Broadway shows of all time.
Barricade.
Barricade, right?
Big
and you were in a really cool revival of it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong. I think. Let me see. Daphne Rubin Vega was in that.
Yes, she was.
She played Fantine.
She did.
That was a very interesting choices.
It was an interesting choice. I mean, she got actually. A lot of people had mixed feelings about it because her voice is not your typical Fantine voice. But seeing her do that role every night on stage was. It's a revelation. It really was.
Sure.
She's just such an incredible actress.
And then Lea Salonga replaced her.
She did.
Right?
That was my sort of starstruck moment with that show. I know. Forget about it. She's the sweetest and the most talented.
From Eponine, way back when in the concert. Then she's playing Fantine.
Yeah.
It's just growing inside of that show. It's just really incredible because you can start from being Gavroche, right, or young Cosette, and then grow all the way up to being Fantine. Fantine and maybe Jean Valjean. What was it like to be to be part of such an incredible revival? Because this was highly publicized.
Mm-hmm.
It was just the energy must have been incredible. Tell us about that.
It was. I mean, it really was sort of, we got to actually go into rehearsal with the director, and basically it was the same production that everybody had always seen, but we got to re-investigate all of these moments and sort of choose our own paths throughout the show. So there were definitely specific moments that John Caird wanted that were in line with his vision, but it was really like we were creating a new piece of theater. So we did acting exercises. I mean, the Brits, of course, love a good acting exercise. And so we all got to, create our little hovels as beggars in Paris Beggar scene and kind of have this life between each other, which lasted for probably about a month before we started, messing around as people usually do. But
it's not any different, right, than up Broadway as it is like in your in high school, right?
It's true. It's true. I mean, you're better at sort of covering it up, I suppose, because you're.
Of course. So, are there any specific secrets or stories from that experience that you can share with us?
Oh my God! I mean,
the inside. Right?
The Barricade only broke once. The turntable maybe only broke 2 times. Tony winner Gary Beach missed an entrance once, which was.
What was he doing?
Just sitting in his dressing room, like on his couch. I think. I don't know.
Whatever.
I'm not sure. I don't know what he was doing. He was not drinking.
He wasn't.
No,
he wasn't.
No, he wasn't. Of course, but
PG-13. PG-13.
But I mean, like we also had this strange. We had like this strange dance call one day, which was very funny, and we had to meet at Alvin Ailey. The entire company had to meet at Alvin Ailey one day and sort of reinvestigate movement of Les Mis. And there's not a lot of movement in Les Mis, so we were kind of wondering what that was about. So we all got dressed up in like 80s aerobics gear and had a grand old time.
That's incredible, man. There must have been some incredible memories.
And I threw my back out doing the show because I waved the big red flag in the back
at
the
end
of the act, and I actually threw my back out doing it. So,
ouch.
And
how long were you out for?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Oh yeah, it was major.
Made a vacation, or your understudy really happy, right?
Yeah, indeed.
Like, I get to wait.
You got to do something. Yeah,
lame is around. Amazing. So, Doug, talk to us about who some of your Broadway icons are.
Gosh, I mean, it's interesting. Growing up, I actually didn't listen to a lot of musical theater and didn't actually investigate a lot of musical theater. Growing up, I just did it. The shows that I really loved were Jesus Christ Superstar, Evita,
which you got to be
Les Mis, which I also got to. I got to play Jesus and Jesus Christ Superstar. Otherwise, I mean, it's Lea Salonga was sort of. I mean, there was the fact was she also has a huge following in Hawaii, so.
Oh yeah,
and
it's in the Philippines and all across.
And I'd seen her in Miss Saigon, and so she was, I was always really enamored with her. But I otherwise didn't really follow musical theater all that much until I got to college and was made to.
Was made to. Right?
Yeah, well,
Where'd you go to college?
NYU.
NYU.
Had you heard of it?
No, I don't think so.
No.
It's kind of cool, right?
It's nice.
That must have been great.
It was amazing.
What a great acting experience it must have been.
Yeah. Well, I mean, being in the city and also being like a kid from an island moving to another island, but still, it was mind blowing.
Right, incredible. So we love social media here at Broadway Live. We're broadcasting online to over 30,000 people across the U.S., which is so cool. I know on the internet, on Facebook, isn't that cool?
It's very cool.
So. What we like to call this is new media, right? So, in your opinion, how can we use new media to bring theater to a new audience? In your opinion,
it's like a legit question, Marcus.
Right. It's complex.
How can we use new media? I mean, it's social media really has changed the whole everything about the arts, but specifically musical theater and theater. I mean, everybody can be a critic, first of all, but it's also changed the face of advertising too. I mean, it's every time I've done, especially smaller shows, there's always this focus on sort of viral marketing and social media awareness and that kind of thing. So it's really changed the face of communication and advertising.
Wow, that's a great answer.
Thanks.
Right, and I think we're going to see more what the internet and social media has for Broadway. I think that that we're going to see a lot of big changes when it comes to new media and the internet with Broadway, and I hope that we are some of the people that are bringing those changes.
Agreed.
To Broadway and to bringing Broadway across America online, right? So we've caught wind that your amazing talents really extend beyond simply performing musical theater, and that you're writing a rock opera.
It's true.
What? So what is this? Talk
Well,
to us about this.
I mean, it was a project that had already been begun by two friends of mine, Joel Stein and Elizabeth Ng Wong. Elizabeth is here today. Hello. And they brought me in. I actually did a concert of the show about 2 years ago at the Roxy, singing the lead in it. And then they called me in and asked my opinion on the show once I sort of read the script and everything. And I had some strong opinions about it, and I think they really valued that. And so they asked me to come on as one of the writers. So I've kind of helped to mold the book and the story and kind of make it, I guess, more theatrical, which is, I suppose, a specialty of mine.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's great. It's called The Demise, and we're going to probably have a spring or summer, hopefully, pretty legit reading in town. With actors and band and whatnot.
I'd love to see that.
Yeah, of course. Of course, you'll be there.
You better invite me. Put me on the list.
Will.
Oh, my goodness.
You're on it.
Oh, look at that. Thank you. So what else can we expect from you in the new year? It's brand new. Like, what's going to happen?
Big year for me. I mean, I'm going to leave actually in 2 weeks and go to New York, and I'm going to record an album or a concept album for a new Broadway musical called An American Victory. And it's I think it's sort of on a grand scale like Les Mis and 1776 and that kind of thing, but it's really beautiful. And then after that, I'm going to probably do some recording and maybe record a Christmas album.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
wow.
With some friends.
I see here that you are you're coming back from being in retirement.
Well,
from a
I don't
year?
know retirement. I mean, like
Okay.
it's it
Retirement.
was a self-imposed pause for sure, because I moved here about 3 years ago, and I kind of had to figure out what I wanted to do here. I knew that I didn't want to be in New York anymore, and I knew that I had to have a fresh beginning in a sense. And so I kind of needed to take a year or so to just find my center again and reinvestigate really what my passions were, and music and singing is the main thing.
Amazing. And you're going to debut coming from this retirement of yours tonight. You're going to sing for us. But before we do that, right, we go to Facebook, and we went to our wonderful audience across America, and we asked them if they had a question for you, what would it be, right?
Wow.
So one of the questions comes from Padrina Martinez, and Padrina Martinez is from New Orleans,
Hey, Patrina.
Louisiana. Hello, Patrina out there. And she asks, in your opinion, who do you think is the main character in the show Jesus Christ Superstar? Who do you think is the main character?
I played Jesus, and it's called Jesus, so I'm going to go with Jesus.
Okay, all right. So you're going to say Jesus.
Yeah, I'm going to say Jesus.
Well, some people would say it's Judas,
of
right?
course. I mean, Judas, it's interesting because Judas is the narrator, and so he's kind of, he's who you stick with the entire show. But, it is Jesus' story. It is.
Sure.
It is that, and it's about the it's about sort of the revolution that he started. At least I think it is.
And he's a superstar.
And he's a superstar.
He's a superstar.
He's an
One
absolute
number one
superstar.
best-selling book, the Bible. We have another question from Amanda Losker.
What's up, Amanda?
Right, Amanda. She asks, what inspired you to do theater? I think that we talked about this before. What specifically gave you the inspiration that I'm going to do theater on Broadway?
That's hard because it's sort of like it chose me. I mean, it's just like I said, it was that moment of just sort of relentless energy and electricity that was surging through me when I was exposed to it. And so what inspired me? I'm going to say again, my mom. I mean, it was, she was the one who inspired the my ability to feel free to make that choice. And my parents were supportive from the get-go about this choice, and knew that I wanted to go to conservatory. Never told me you need to fall back. None of that. So
Great.
So that was probably where the inspiration really came from.
Well, fantastic. Well, you're an inspiration to all of our wonderful
Thank
people at home, and inspiration to us. And because you're such a awesome inspiration, you get a Broadway Live t-shirt. Just because, you're awesome,
I love
and
swag.
this is what you get. And also, we're going to be giving away some Broadway Live t-shirts to all of you at home on Facebook, signed by Mr. Doug Kreeger.
Hello.
Wouldn't that be freaking amazing?
it's
So
gonna be
here's
worth
your shirt. And
a lot.
after this short little break, guess what? We're going to come back, and Doug is coming out of retirement, and he's going to sing for all of you. What are you going to sing for us,
Life
Doug?
on Mars, the Bowie song.
Oh, my goodness, Life on Mars. So stick around. We have Doug Kreeger singing right after this on Broadway Live.
It's a god-awful small affair
to the girl with the mousy hair. But her mommy is yelling no, and her daddy has told her to go. But her friend is nowhere to be seen as she walks through her sunken dream to the seat with the clearest view, and she's hooked to the silver screen. But the film is a saddening bore, for she's lived it 10 times or more. She could spit in the eyes of fools as they ask her to focus on sailors fighting in the dance hall. Oh man, look at those cavemen go. It's the freakiest show. Take a look at the lawman beating up the wrong guy. Oh man, I wonder if he'll ever know he's in the best-selling show. Is there life on Mars? It's on America's tortured brow that Mickey Mouse has grown up a cow, and the workers have struck for fame 'cause Lenin's on sale again. See the mice in their million hordes from Ibiza to the Norfolk Broads. Rule Britannia is out of bounds to my mother, my dog, and clowns. But the film is a saddening bore, 'cause I wrote it 10 times before. It's about to be writ again as I ask you to focus on sailors fighting in the dance hall. Oh man, look at those cavemen go. It's the freakiest show. Take a look at the lawman beating up the wrong guy. Oh man, wonder if he'll ever know he's in the best-selling show for the life on Mars.
That was amazing. Thank you
you.
so much, Doug Kreeger and Alex, for being here. That was awesome,
Thanks,
man.
Marcus. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And thank you all so much for watching Broadway Live. Good night.